Welcome to Off the Beaten Path, a cutting-edge international fashion adventure program that leads viewers to unique shops, boutiques, markets, and designers where avant-garde fashion experiences are discovered. We are here with Bhavya, the designer and co-founder of Kona. So you have the clothing line. You have the accessories collection where you've got jewelry, you've got handbags. You also have the home goods, yeah?
Yes.
So what made you go into home goods?
I think by the end of this conversation, it's going to be very obvious. There are two feminists sitting across the table.
Exactly.
But the truth is I'm very passionate about women entrepreneurs. I'm very passionate about, I feel like, one, it's going to make a big difference. Women entrepreneurs and stuff. So keeping that in mind, we made a lifestyle section and we went looking for the products that we found very interesting from the artisanal section of Uganda. So the home decor section uses all the wastes and all the leftover fabrics and stuff, but we keep ergonomics in mind, what is the requirement and things like that to make our own products. But we also stock other artisans, and I try my best that most of the artisans are women. Confession, sorry, but I do try that.
Right.
When I say ergonomics, what I mean is, have you noticed none of the doors close properly in Uganda? For some reason, the rain makes them go.
I see.
And they keep going boom. So one of the products that came about very simply was a door stopper. And the leftover fabric and just sand from the roadside. And we made little door stoppers and they became one of the products we sell.
I like those door stoppers, and I also really love that you have incorporated the top brands here in Uganda. I mean, they're cottage industries, but like the soaps that you carry, the rugs that you carry are really well vetted. I love that.
Thank you. So just to name a few of the people who are there, is Olivia is one of the only female potters. Rissa Naturals, Clarissa is the lady behind Rissa Naturals. There was Quelly for some time. The furniture and the wooden pieces by a woman who runs a carpentry shop, Faith. Then there are two brands that are really coming up. They're all over CNN and BBC right now. They actually recycle plastic, upcycle plastic bottles and convert them into fabrics and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we should tell everyone that we work together on your 2020 collection.
Yes.
Yes, and you were the first person to give me an opportunity to style a fashion collection, and I really appreciate you for that.
Let's be very honest. If you've seen her walking around Kampala, I don't think you can ever miss Audrey. She's stunning and she walks around with this gorgeous skin, and I'm like, who's that? I don't know what you do, but do you want to style my next collection?
Thank you so much. And I realized by working with you that I prefer working in that way, styling fashion collections, doing wardrobe styling for commercials, than actually doing personal styling. And what I love so much about your brand is that it's for the everyday woman.
Yes.
It's very forgiving. It's very flattering. I love that it flows, right? It's very feminine. So how did you come up with this last collection? What was the inspiration behind it?
Okay, the last collection is called Threads. So the fact that you said it's for everyday women, I have to confess, I never had body issues while growing up. But when I became a mom, my body completely changed. And I realized that, okay, now I get why people struggle or what. And I put on 20 kilos and nothing ever feels right. And I was like, it's not fair that everything fits only a certain size. Then our bodies here are very different. We're well endowed in certain areas. We're not well endowed in certain areas, but we definitely have a waist. Whatever we do, we have a waist.
Yes.
So in that sense, we wanted to pay homage to the fact that women, as they're growing, it's hard as it is. Why not just make designs that fit almost everybody and just be kind to everybody? So the thought process behind the brand, everyday beautiful. like, just everyday beautiful.
Right.
And the thought process behind the collection was, like I said, threads. I mentioned earlier, if you remember, that we use that stitching technique.
Yes.
So we are patching pieces together and putting the collection together. So a lot of upcycling, sustainable, and using the stitching technique. Hence the collection's name was Thread, and almost giving new life into old
But
pieces.
you have some messages as well on the T-shirts. I think one says, "This is the only planet we have."
So it's like home, and it has the coordinates of Uganda, and on the back we had written, "There is no planet B."
Right.
So because we were doing the whole upcycling, all our bags were upcycled. We worked with a local NGO that does weaving. So we wove the scraps of kitenge into a fabric, and that's one of your favorite bags you had mentioned,
Yes.
the woven bag. So we created a new fabric for the bag itself. It didn't exist before, but now they're selling more carpets. So it's almost like you collaborate, and ideas are nobody's properties, and people just grow and grow and grow, and we grow better together. So I love the way you had styled the collection, by the way. Like, she took this skirt and she made it into a dress, and I was like, damn, I didn't even think of that. So that, and do you remember the jewelry was the scraps of fabric with beads together? So it's almost like zero waste, sustainability, and because there's always threads hanging from the leftover fabric.
Yes.
So the connection of threads between stitching,
Yes.
the broken pieces of fabric, and everything else.
What also the other thing that I love about your collection is that you can dress it up or you can dress it down. You
Yeah.
can wear it with sandals or you can wear it with heels. I love that.
Thank you.
Now, you suggested this place.
I did.
You said it's one of your favorite restaurants here in Kampala.
Right.
Now, why is this one of your favorites?
I'm biased toward the cuisine, I have to be honest.
Okay.
The cuisine, Pan-Asian. Like, I do like a blend of flavors and spice and stuff. So I find that whenever I eat Asian cuisine for the soul, I like my noodles and my curries, and even the Thai food, I find it very soulful. So yeah.
So Izumi is a Japanese word that means water or fountain. They serve Pan-Asian.
Yes. Like a couple of dishes here and there. They've done justice to it. They have some amazing sushi. I think you just made me think of something. You made me realize I've always lived near the sea. Bombay's near a sea, Dubai was near a sea. So this is Uganda is my only time when I'm not near a sea, but I do love seafood.
Yeah.
Hence I love sushi and
Yeah. So this is the garlic noodles with chicken. It's medium spice. I love that. I love how they plated it, garnished it, and then we have the green curry.
chicken green curry.
Is this a banana?
It is just a banana leaf.
So-
But what I love about them is that if you look at the green curry, it's so vibrant. The paste is so fresh. And they actually use a lot of the vegetables that are found in the Asian cuisine. It's not easy to find those vegetables here. But they've made efforts. Like, they use water chestnuts, bamboo shoots. Of course, there is seasonal stuff and things come and go. But I love the way. And I have to give them kudos. Shout out to my friends Meera and Sarika. Thank you for letting us shoot this here also. Their food is always consistent.
That's important. That's very
So
important.
even when I get it at home, sometimes, like, because of COVID, I haven't been moving around. We'll call for a meal home, and it's consistent.
It's very important. And then we've got the fried rice here.
Egg fried rice, yeah.
Egg fried rice.
So chili garlic noodles, egg fried rice, and Thai green curry. But my favorite is between the red and the green. But I find the green is always very fresh because the herbs are like just pasted together or blended together more than just cooking it. So I like that.
And that's what I taste. It tastes very fresh. More so than the yellow curry. Do you know how it's made?
There's garlic, gangal, which is the Thai ginger.
Okay.
Galangal, sorry, it's called. Then they have the Thai basil, and they use lemongrass shoot, the shoot, that paste together, along with, usually in Thailand, they will use coconut oil and coconut sugar, pinch of coconut sugar, some green chilies, bird eye chilies, the small ones which are very potent, and they paste it together. and then you generally just put in some coconut oil, throw in some paste, chicken, veggies, quick stir fry, and pour coconut milk.
Now, you have launched the careers of many people. You've given them a platform. Who have you done that for, and why did you choose to step out on a limb and give somebody else a platform?
I don't know if I've launched their careers, but I've always tried my best to make sure that one, you do the best you can, and if that takes them to the next level, it does. Like I've worked with, I'm a very vibe person. Like when I met you, I wasn't sure what you did exactly, but I knew about your YouTube thing. But I loved your sense of style, and I was like, is this something we do? And then we used to share your background about fashion, and so I was like, oh great, we'll just do this. Then sometime back there was Lamit. She used to be a blogger. She just came in and she's like, can I work with you? I think she was working with Gloria at that time. And then she became our face for a bit. And Joram, shout out to him, Joram Models. He's launched a gazillion models that now live in Europe and, I don't know, New York, Paris, everywhere. So whenever he has fresh faces and he's launching, I usually tell him okay, is there somebody you want us to work with? And Ayak, who's almost become our face because it was the famous picture that went viral.
Over the world,
yeah, it's all over Instagram and everything. What happened is she was walking the Kampala Fashion Week, and I saw her walking, and the next thing I do, I just picked up the phone to Jerome. I said, this girl, I need to shoot with this girl. And then Nunu came into the picture from Bold. We had Julia the photographer, and it just led to something we didn't think would have become this viral, but the picture is still going strong.
It is still going. And then you made these t-shirts, which when you get them back in stock, I really want one. Please don't discontinue that shirt.
No.
But the t-shirt is now being mass produced in China, and it's just circulating around the globe.
It's really sad.
They've added earrings and everything to the t-shirt.
It's a moment of pride, and it's almost hurtful also that it's all over the Chinese market. But you know what? The truth is, we know that products we sell make a big difference in many other ways. So we will continue doing the t-shirt. Hopefully people will realize what is cheap and what is real. So that's fine.
Now you told me why you chose this place, but you didn't tell me what was your favorite dish. Do we have it here?
The noodles, one of my favorite. Okay. They're like my go-to food.
Okay.
We tried one of my favorite sushis, but there's one more that they have.
Which one was it? The spicy mango?
Yeah, but it's the spicy jalapeno sushi, and I think it's with salmon or tuna. I have to double check. But I ordered it so blindly, I don't even remember what's in it. But I love that. I absolutely love the jalapeno sushi, the noodles, and they have this amazing mushroom stir fry. It's the different kinds of mushrooms just stir fried together. Love it. They also do this amazing pineapple fried rice, which is, I've been to Thailand a few times, and I do love Thailand and the food. I guess that's why I come back here again and again, which is served in the pineapple. And it has a slightly sweetness, so if you're going for a really spicy curry with that sweet, it just balances the flavors right.
Yes.
But I think it's very fresh. Everything here is very fresh, and I love it.
It tastes fresh. I've even tried making the fried pineapple in my house. I made that thing, and it was so tasty. I think I even did an Instagram where I was like doing my happy dance because it was so good. And then when I lived in Zanzibar, I went to this place and had the pineapple fried rice. They went through the trouble of slicing the pineapple, digging it out, putting the fried rice inside. There was no pineapple left. I was like, what is the point? They were like, oh, madam, you can scrape. No, I can't. What was the point? It was missing key ingredients. So I was really happy that I could make it for myself at home.
I think I have to confess, kids bring food back into your life. So, even if you go through a phase of not cooking and stuff, suddenly you have 2 kids, and COVID has definitely, this year has humbled all of us, made us all slow down. You asked earlier about what do I do and stuff, meditating and things. Cooking is part of it. It's like there was a time we couldn't even order. Remember, we were all walking places. We were barely getting groceries. And even before that, I would cook and bake regularly with them because I find that a very humbling, grounding experience. It's a very earthy experience to cook with your children and in the kitchen and just laughter and joy and simple memories,
Those are things that you never forget.
No. And my mom raised us that there should always be enough food for no matter how many people show up. So sometimes I think I overcook, but that's okay. So there's a sentence in Hindi. It says Sanskrit actually, Atiti Deva Bhava. And they all, like, I remember, I don't know if my grandmom told me the story, but I always remember the story that if you have only this much food at home and guest is God, so if a guest comes in, you share what you have, because there are some mythological stories which said that God pretended to be a guest and came over, and what you won't share food with God. So I guess it's just somewhere down the line those little, good night stories or little bedtime stories that stay in your head. And I always felt like, okay, whatever is there, we can share.
Well, right now, you would probably be preparing for Kampala Fashion Week, right? And that's not happening. Ariane's is right after that. I mean, we're all adjusting.
Yes.
Given our current situation, we don't know what's going to happen from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
What's next for you?
So the truth is, we decided part of the slow fashion thing, we're not doing a new collection right now. We're not. Because we just launched the collection for almost 4 months. The shop was even closed because of COVID and the curfew. We just opened it up back in June, around June, July. So we're going to stick to what we have. And we're actually starting this everyday series where my way, along with a bunch of bloggers and other social media people, to give back is, fine, you have one dress at home, no problem. How are you going to dress it, style it, accessorize it? We're here to stay. We're going to be here. And we're preparing for Christmas because people will want to shop during Christmas. So I have followed 2 cycles. I not only follow the fashion cycles, but the sale cycles. The sale cycles are usually around holidays, around September. Usually we have a lot of tourists, expats. But all that lost this year.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You know what? Maybe it was just time to slow down and fix the foundation of the company. And I don't know. I mean, we're just trying to be positive. We still have most of our team, so I'm very grateful for that. And it's humbling to see that now when I need them, they want to be around.
Yes.
And they're like, we'll get through this, Mom. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
I think it's been a wonderful opportunity to figure out how to restructure our businesses.
True.
How we interact with each other, right? Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that now you're doing business to business and you're also producing for other companies. Mm-hmm. Something that you never thought of pre-COVID. That's what you call flexibility.
But one thing living in Africa teaches you, right? You gotta go with the flow.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Off the Beaten Path with Bhavya Kona. Join us next week where we take you someplace new and exciting.